Alright, so I decided that I'm going to go through and record video of every day that I'm in India and share some of my experiences and what's happened to me, what I'm doing, and everything that's kind of give a different perspective on this country, coming from somebody that has never been to India and is used to a very westernized culture of how things are in the world. So we'll start with day 0, which was Saturday, August 15th. It was a very long day, I'll tell you that. I left Battle Creek at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to get to Detroit by 4 to get on a 6 o'clock international flight to Paris, which was supposed to be 9.5 hours long, and then turn around and take a 2-hour break in Paris and another 9.5 hours from Paris to Mumbai to get here approximately 11 o'clock at night on Sunday to sit in a hotel and go to work on Monday. Well, due to a delay in the flight leaving Detroit, I didn't get out of Detroit until about 8:30 at night. They got a new flight pattern, got us into Paris in 6 hours, but I still barely made my flight to Mumbai. By the time I had to go through security, which there, even though you're doing a flight transfer, they still have to check all your luggage, run you through a body scanner, and pat you down. Unlike the US, they don't have TSA pre-check, so I had to unpack all my shit and take off my belt, do all that garbage, while trying not to have a heart attack because I had to run halfway across the terminal to get down to the security to make it to the next flight. Luckily, the Paris airport isn't super big. The terminals are all kind of just lined up next to each other, but you do zigzag in and out of it between coming in on a flight, going down through the shopping area, and then into your next terminal. So we made my flight. The flight from Detroit to Paris, like I said, 6 hours. I thought that was long. Wasn't shit compared to the flight from Paris to Mumbai. Delta from Detroit to Paris, okay flight. Very loud, a lot of babies on it. I had a complete empty row. There's all 3 seats that I was sitting in, or sitting at, were empty except for mine. And it was exit row, so I had a lot of leg room. However, I think the wait staff, or whatever the hell you want to call them, the stewardess, flight attendants, there we go. The flight attendants were a little annoyed by me keeping my originally signed aisle seat because my elbow kind of hung over the side, and they kept walking into me as they were taking the carts up and down the aisle, to the point where finally one of the flight attendants just started ramming the cart into my seat every time he walked by. I took that as a quiet hint to move my ass over, so I finally went and took a window seat and finish that flight off. Again, not bad. No internet though. Or no, there was internet, but extremely expensive, so I didn't stay on it long. No power supplies. I couldn't charge my phones, so by the time I made it to Paris, my phones were dead. Because I didn't get the layover, my phone stayed dead, and getting into Mumbai was an absolute pain in the ass. The flight from Paris to Mumbai was really straightforward. A couple spots of turbulence. Very quiet for the most part. I was expecting a lot noisier of a plane, as full as it was, but very few talking people. Everybody was watching TV or on their iPads or whatever the hell they were doing. The food on the flight, though, was fairly actually good for being airport food. They fed us, I think, 3 or 4 times, and in between each meal we got a snack. And it was really cool because I think the best part of that whole flight for me was the fact that they gave you these miniature ice cream bars, like your own little personal ice cream. It was like the Magnum almonds, dark chocolate, vanilla ice cream. Oh, dude, that was awesome. That was the best part of that whole flight. I got lucky. The guy sitting next to me was also an American. He was traveling from Minneapolis to Mumbai. And he was real quiet for the majority of the flight. The last couple hours, I couldn't take it. I sat down, and my ass had completely fallen numb. My legs were completely sore. So I just got up and just walked the cabin. We had about 3 hours left in the flight. And the dude decided, screw it, he was going to take the same queue as me. So he walked up and down the aisle, stood next to me over by the bathrooms where there was the most free space and not bothering too many other people. And we just sat there and shot the shit for a good probably hour or so, just stretching our legs, to the point where we finally got tired of standing and went and sat back down for the last 2 hours of the flight. All in all, the flight's again very good. It was once I landed into Mumbai that things got a little hairy. So when I left Detroit, I hit the duty-free shop and bought my uncle essentially a couple bottles of the Jack Daniel's Silver Edition, which is a 100 proof version of Jack Daniel's number 7, but it's only sold in duty-free shops. So it's near impossible to get if you're never traveling overseas. He had some requests for it, and I told him I was going to get him some, so I grabbed him the 2 bottles, which was the duty-free limit coming into India. And had no problems getting it through Paris because we didn't stop at customs. We just went through security and moved on. Once I got to Mumbai, though, I was very unaware of how things are done. So when I got off the flight, they gave you your little sheet that you fill out for your customs declarations and your citizenship and all this garbage. What I didn't realize is that the first booth that you stop at to get into the country is just an immigration's booth. They're there only to double check your itinerary, to look at your passport, your visas, and just to make sure that you're basically approved even to come into the country. This isn't even customs yet, and I didn't know this. So I'm trying to talk to this guy like, hey, I've got these bottles of booze. What do I need to do to declare them? And guy really wanted nothing to do with me. Just, yeah, wave me along. So I thought, okay, cool. I got 2 bottles. Right after that is the duty-free shop. I'm like, well, hell, I've just passed through customs. They didn't even bother. I'll grab 2 more bottles for me, and now I'll actually have a set I can drink. Don will have a set he can drink, and everybody's happy. This is going to be great. So I grabbed 2 more bottles, and the guy that was selling me the bottles was like, oh, you're allowed 2 liters. These aren't 2 full liters. Want a 3rd bottle of something? So I saw this new Jack Daniel's Gold. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that too. So now I got 5 bottles of booze with me, okay? Come to find out, as soon as you walk out of the duty-free, then you hit customs. Shit. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I'll just declare this, and they probably won't say anything. Tell them I'm going to give it away here as gifts to my new boss, etc. It'll be fine. Yeah, no. So the guy gave me a little bit of hell. He was polite about it, but he was still very adamant that their laws, 2 liters is only duty-free, that I had to pay for the rest of them, which is fine. Okay, screw it, I'll pay it. What I didn't realize is that I had to pay 160% of the value. Now, 3 bottles of booze already cost me $100. It cost me another $200 to get them through customs. The worst part is they don't take credit card. So I had to find an ATM, which the guy held all my stuff. Let me go to an ATM, which gave me all kinds of hell trying to get money out. Got money from the ATM, went back to the customs guy. As soon as he saw the money, he then wrote me a claims ticket, made me go pay for it and get a stamp showing that I paid for it, and then let me through customs. All this took almost an hour and a half, close to 2 hours. The good thing is, once I was done, he didn't even want to open any of my luggage. He didn't want to send me through the body scanners. He just passed me along the backside and let me leave. Cool. Now I can be on my way to the hotel. Problem. Cell phone's dead. Address of the hotel's in the cell phone. Oh shit, right? Okay, no problem. Got a couple iPads with me. Connect those. No data. I'm roaming for voice, but no data. Alright. Try to find a place to plug my phone in. Can't find a place to plug my phone in. Finally find a place where they had just a whole bank of chargers with cables already hooked up. Great. Plug my phone in. Won't get enough charge to get into get into my email. Call home to the US, try to get some help, no go. Finally, after rebooting, I forgot that I had an AT&T phone with me. Rebooted that AT&T phone, it connected to service. I was able to get the address of the hotel. Great. Take off, jump in the cab. You have to prepay for a cab, and once you do that, like 5 people want to help you with your shit. So these guys turn around and my luggage went through like 3 people's hands before it even got to the cabbie. Cabbie had no idea where the hotel was at. Then when they finally figured it out, they tried to get me to another hotel because that one was too far. Like, dude, I'm already paying you. Let's roll. Get to the hotel. Hotel guy loses his damn mind. My reservation apparently was for Saturday the 15th, not for Sunday the 16th, and sure in hell not for Monday the 17th, which at that current time was now 2 a.m. Monday because it took so long to get through customs, on the plane, etc., blah, blah, blah. Guy at the hotel was cool. He charged me a holding fee for the room and then just gave me the same rate and then felt bad for me how tired I looked and gave me an upgrade to a suite. You know, cool. My problem was their suite isn't exactly the same type of suite we'd see in the U.S. Get a U.S. suite, we got a living room, a kitchen, a bedroom, a dining room. This place had a wall that separated the main section of the room to the bed. But you know what? I was tired. It was a place to sleep and I wasn't staying there long. So that was day 0. a lot of getting off the plane and looking at the area we're driving through, you'd have thought we were driving through downtown Detroit. Started to take in a lot of sights already just as what's going on around me. You see hundreds of little rickshaws and taxis and wild dogs and garbage, and I was really hoping that wasn't how the country was, but later videos you'll get a little bit more of my experience here. So that was day 0. Favorite the video, save these links, save my YouTube page, because for the next 85 days now I'm going to keep posting these, and we'll see how else the rest of this trip turns out. Catch you guys in the next video.